Since the other video I just did was about kidneys, this video will be about diabetes. Because a lot of people I see in chat rooms when people talking about diabetes, a lot of people have concerns about it because of their own diabetes problem and battles, or a family member or a friend. But this should make a lot of people happy because, believe it or not, it's true. And I have helped a lot of people who were facing the needle. And after I helped them, they seem amazed. And they all say the same thing. Why didn't my doctor tell me this? Because he don't make money if you don't have diabetes. The only way the medical industry make money is diabetes. And I don't find when I'm in a hospital, they set you up for diabetes. They feed you sweets. And as you eating the sweets, they check your sugar right there while you eating. Which is a no-no. It's going to give a false pretense, a false reading of you got high diabetes. But anytime you eat, your sugar level going to be high. Normally they wait a couple of hours, I think. They're supposed to, after they check your sugar. But in a hospital, they check it while you eating or right after you eat. And they get that false reading. Now they done tag you with diabetes. They can start cutting your body parts off. They can cause you heart trouble, kidney trouble, and all kind of things they can do once they tag you with the diabetes thing. But this right here should help a lot of people. Let's get into it. One day I came to work, and my boss say, "Man, Joey going through something. Joey the mechanic." And I said, "Yeah? What Joey going through?" The boss said, "Man, they about to put Joey on the needle. He can't get his sugar down. He been fighting it for 3 weeks now. That's why he keep going to the doctor every week." I said, "Yeah?" I said, "Man, he ain't got to get no damn needle." Boss said, "What you mean?" I said, "Man, I got some stuff at home that'll knock his sugar down a unit a day." I said, "How high Joey's sugar is?" I said, "I think it was up in the 600s. Then he got it down in the 4 and 5, but it won't move no more, right?" So I go in the shop because Joey the mechanic, and I say, "Joey, let's have a talk in your office." He said, "What you want, brother? I'm not in the mood today. I got freaking problems. Lots of freaking problems today, son." I said, "That's what I want to talk to you about, Joey." I said, "I heard your sugar. You can't get your sugar down." Joey's eyes got big as hell, and he went to shaking and sweating from hearing the word sugar. So we go in Joey's office. I see an Arizona iced tea on his desk. I open up the fridge. I see 6 more. I say, "Joey, didn't I tell you to quit drinking that junk, man?" He said, "What are you talking about? It's diet iced tea. It's diet, you dummy." I say, "Joey, it's not diet." I say, "Read the small print." He said, "I can't see that shit." I said, "Well, I can see it." And I read it. And it say, "Do not use if you diabetic, because it is sweetened with some type of honey or something." You know what I mean? And Joey saw that he said, why they advertise it? Why do they advertise it as a diet tea? I said, I don't know. But Michelle Obama tried to change it all around America, and everybody took Sarah Palin's side. Sarah Palin said, do you want a communist to tell you what to eat and your children what to eat? I say, so Michelle Obama left it alone. I say, but this is what Michelle Obama was talking about. False advertisement. I say, you know how many people need people to hurt? And they're going to put it in a little small print where you got to have 20/20 vision to read it. But the big letters say, diet green tea. He said, so I can't drink that no more? I said, no. I said, probably, Joey, if you just quit drinking this, your problem will be solved. But you going to the doctor now, because I said it's going to take a while to get all that sugar and honey out of you. You know what I mean? I said, so I got something else for you. He said, what do you got for me? I said, bitter melon tea. It's to drop your sugar 100 units a day. He said, get out of here. Get out of here. What are you talking about? How do you know more than the doctor know? But I'm not going to take the needle. I'm not taking on insulin. They got to kill me before I take it. I would never take the needle. I say, Joe, calm down, man. You ain't got to take the needle, brother. I'm telling you, right? I say, I'll go home right now and get it, Joey, man, because this is an emergency, man. This is a life or death situation. He said, you'll do that for me, brother? I say, Joey, I'm going to go home and get the damn tea, man, right? I come back. I gave him 2 brand new boxes of bitter melon tea. And I gave him 2 bottles of bitter melon pills. Like that what I take right now. But I take the tea with my sugar out of control, I'm finna jump in some pasta or sugary treats. But my ex-wife, who was Asian, who turned me on to bitter melon, when my brother was dying in the hospital and they took him to the University of Florida, they say we can't help him. Then they took him back to the local hospital, they say we can't help him. We did everything. His sugar is staying at 600. My wife started slipping him that tea, and he dropped 100 units a day. So anyway, I gave it to Joey. And you know, people don't believe nothing no more. People don't believe miracles. They hooked on the Western medicine, which is about money. It's not about healing. Western medicine, which is our medicine in America, is about generating money in the medical industry. They don't make money when you well. If people trust them with their life, it's crazy. And remember, the government, when they did research on me, they say they were scared because I'm going to bust the medical industry wide open. They say all the experts said it. And I'm like, what the hell they talking about? I ain't never went to the doctor yet. I ain't never been to the hospital. What you mean? President Clinton say they say you're going to see the medical industry for what it is, and you're going to die because of something simple, because you ain't going to trust the medical industry, son. You're going to see it for what it is, and all of us going to get in trouble, the government and everybody, right? So, anyway, Joey got the tea. You know, he supposed to go to the doctor next week. You know, he got like 8 more days to go to the doctor, right? Joe was taking the tea in. By the 4th day, Joe would say, you know what? I ate enough pasta yesterday for 10 people. And I was drinking that tea while I eat. I even took it to the restaurant with me and they told the lady to give me some hot water. And I put the tea in there. I said, yeah, that's how my wife say they take it in other countries. And they never have to treat diabetes. Say diabetes don't exist. You take it while you eat. It become part of your meal. He said, well, my wife was shocked. I say, why? He said, I ate enough pasta for 10 people. If we got home and checked my sugar, and it had to drop 3 units. 300 units, I mean. He say. I'm like, damn. You say, if it stay like this, if it keep dropping at this rate, I can avoid the needle. You say, I got 4 more days before I go to the doctor. Every day Joey come to work, he say, man, I dropped another 100 units. I say, yeah. I said, you get to normal, it won't drop no units no more. I say, but when mine get normal, I quit drinking the tea and I just start taking the pill because it's easy. You just wake up in the morning, take a pill, or you take one at night. You know? So Joey went to the doctor. He come to work the next day. His wife cooked me a big meal. Then my wife told me to get it to you. You part of the family now, bro. You part of the family. You really love the old man, don't you? I say, yeah, you cool, bro. You cool. I say, I know we done bump heads a couple of times, you know what I mean? But I ain't never hate you, Joey. He said, oh, now I know you love me. My wife said you love me. She said, if that guy didn't like you, he wouldn't have told you that big secret there. Now my wife telling the secret to all our friends and stuff because, all us Italian, we have trouble with diabetes because we love the pasta. We are dying for the pasta. He said, not because of you, brother. We all can enjoy life in our old age because all we got to do is drink this tea here and it's wash away all the sugar out of our blood. And after that, every time Joe would see me, he looked at me with a smile. He looked at me with that smile like no other. With pure love. Pure love. So remember, bitter melon tea. I get mine from Amazon. I get the tea because it's so cheap. It's you can get it for under $6, some of it. But then you got the high price one for $11 and $13 and $16. But I also get the pills because the pill is 2,500 milligrams. I just brought some today. When I was taking the pills back in the day, they weren't that strong. But listen to me. It's a 2,500 milligram of pill. 200 pills for $9.99. So I got me 2 bottles of it. Cause you always need that around the house. When you want to eat some cake, some regular soda and all that stuff, hey man, just drink some bitter melon. It's the cure in every country. Matter of fact, my wife was laughing. She say, honey, your country don't love you. I say, why? She say, there's no disease in other countries, honey. In our country, in Vietnam and Thailand, there's no disease, honey. But your government don't love it because it's 5 cents per drink. 5 cents per fruit. So now you know, and thank me later. Have a nice day. God bless.